a purpose so true. Oh, and Mayas, we are new. Faith encouraged, the journey began, building a platform for every man. Through trials and growth, the light stayed strong, turning every challenge into a...
Okay, I think we can go. We can go ahead. Queen. Yeah, I think we can. You can start.
Okay, so let me say good morning, good afternoon, good evening as per your location you are watching us from. My name is Queen Annie, currently residing in India. I'm your host for today. Let me welcome you to the Myers TV Versus program. We come here every time to educate our youth, to educate our parents, and to make our society better for tomorrow. So once again, you are welcome. If you are just joining, please follow, please share, please like and comment. You can comment, put your questions, your input at the comment section, and then we will recognize that. So let me turn to our co-host today, Myers. You are welcome, sir. So I'm sorry,
Thank you.
okay, Myers, 1 minute. I'm so sorry I got interrupted. So our topic today is your faith and identity in changing world. So you are welcome. So let's hear from our guest, our panelist, Myers.
Thank you so much. I want to say I'm so sorry to my uh, viewers. My current just left, but I know in a few time we're going to be back and you will see our face. So let me begin by saying today marks the Armed Forces Day of the Republic of Liberia. Celebrate their 69 anniversary. We want to say Happy Armed Forces Day to all of our people who are there within our force. So I'm D. Bernard Myers, and tonight I'm so excited to be here. A student currently studying in India, studying Operation Theater Technology, a final year student. So I'm so excited to be here tonight as the co-host to our host. So to all of our viewers, I say please stay tuned as we go through this program tonight.
Okay, thank you so much. That was the voice of Myers, Bona Myers, which happened to be our co-host for tonight. So let's hear from our guest, Mr. Gibson. You are welcome. Thanks for accepting our invite. Let's hear from you. Who are you? The people that are following the Myers TV, they want to know who are you, who is Mr. Gibson that comes to educate us tonight. So you are welcome, sir.
Okay, so thank you very much, Queen. Okay, so my name is Lee T. Gibson. I'm a Liberian student, currently residing and studying in China. I studied project management at master level at the University of Finance and Economic, and I happen to be the CEO of the Global Scholarship Seeker, uh, a platform that searches for global scholarship for many young people, especially
Okay.
back in Liberia. So I happen to be the CEO for that platform, and I'm a young man, young Liberian, and I'm proud to be a Liberian, and it's good to be here. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Welcome, sir. So that was the voice of our guest, Mr. Gibson. We are pleased to have you here tonight. So our topic again, like I said, if you are just joining, please share the Myers TV platform comments. You can give your input. You can ask your question in the comment section, and it will be highly recognized. So our topic is you faith and identity in changing world. So before we go into discussion tonight, let's just take a musical intro for let's just say 1 minute and then we'll proceed. Myers, are you there?
Oh, my TV, light in the world. My TV, shine on the screen. Oh, living the dream from Africa's heart to the world will see truth and culture. Maya's TV, Maya's TV, bringing light each day, stories that guide us, show the way. One love, one voice, one destiny. Welcome to the future, Maya's TV. A vision was born with a purpose so true. Buena Mayas, we honor you. With faith and courage, the journey began. Building a platform for every man. Through trials and growth, the light stayed strong, turning every challenge into
Okay, thank you so much to our technical man, Bonus Myers, the brain behind the Myers TV. Thanks so much. So for those that are joining, our topic is faith, is you faith and identity in a changing world. So you can share, like, and follow our page. So today's topic is very important. When I was going through some study time on this topic, it brought a lot of insight to my mind, and I guess our guest tonight is going to be very, very good in a presentation that will educate our youth, that will educate our parents and the listener out there. So let's get into discussion. Let's hear from our guest. Mr. Gibson, what do you bring for us today? What do we bring for our listeners today that are following 10-minute presentation, sir?
Okay, so thank you very much. So, once again, greetings to everyone, greetings to the listening audience. So, my name remains the same, Lee T. Gibson. So, today, first of all, I want to appreciate the Myers TV family for this opportunity afforded me to come and present on this all important topic. Because when we are talking about youth or young people, we are talking about ourselves. Because we are all young people. I may not know your age, but from your face, I can tell that we are all young people. So today, our discussion is going to center around young people and our faith and identity in a changing world, as she already mentioned. So I don't have much time, but I'm just going to give you the more important information that I have gathered. So maybe as we move on with our discussion, our panelists and other people will join and come up with their own set of contribution. So let's move in. So, for example, we are living in a world, right, that is, let's say, a change that is changing faster than any generation before. Technology connects us instantly, right? Cultures makes daily and ideas travel across borders in a second on technology platform. So for young people, this is exciting, but it can also be confusing because many of us are asking some important questions in regards to youth, like who am I, where do I belong, what do I believe. So these are three questions that we must ask ourselves personally, and it should be answered on a holistic basis. So these questions are they are not new questions, but they feel more urgent today. So in this changing world, faith and identity are no longer things we simply inherit, because there are things we must understand, there are things we must choose, and there are things that we should live out. So whether you come from a Christian background, whether you come from Muslims, or whether you are or another faith tradition, or you are still searching, this conversation belongs to every one of us, especially we that below the age range. So that is why such a discussion is very important, and we want to be grateful to the Myers TV family for organizing this program where we come, we discuss, important issues that are affecting our lives. So first of all, let us see youth in a search for identity, because many of us, we we know ourselves, we understand ourselves, but we don't know that some of us, we are still searching for our identity. So every young person is on a journey of identity. So we are shaped by our families, we are shaped by our cultures, we are shaped by what? Our communities and experiences. So we are on a journey of identity. Some of us, we haven't gotten to that point where we have actually identified who we are, or who we belong to, or what we want. So these are, things that we must ask ourselves. But today, identity is shaped by social media, global trends, and constant comparisons. So many young people feel pulled into different directions. For example, one identity at home, one identity online, and one identity with friends. So we found out that some young people, their identity at home is quite different from what we see online, what we see on social platform, what we see on, on social media handles. And and their lives again among their friends, among their peers, are quite different. you know so it's like it's conflicting. You have different identity at home. Your parents know you to be, different person, and online people know you to be different person, and at the same time friends also know you to be different person. So these are things like, like our identity is like, it's confusing. So this struggle is deeply human, because for me, I'm a Christian. So if you read the book of Psalm, like I think 139, it says that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. And even if you read the Quran for the Muslims, I think in Quran 17 verse 70, right? It says we have honored the children of Adam. So we have honored the children of Adam. So we have identity. But because of our traditions, because of our culture, because of our community, we have lost our identity. Some of us, we don't know where we belong. You may just say, maybe I'm a Christian, but you don't have that true Christian identity. You may say I'm a Muslim, but you don't have that true Muslim identity. So where is the identity? Some are still in search. So the big question is, we should ask ourselves who really we are. So that should be the discussion to discover on a holistic basis. Because both traditions affirm that our worth comes from God, not from likes, not from social media followers, or from social approval. So yet, in a world that constantly tells tell young people who they should be, it is easy to forget who we truly are. So these are some of the questions that we should answer. So our next point should be, faith. So we talk about young people, right? The next one should be faith. So many young people, faith can feel complicated. Some experience faith as a source of peace and directions, and while others experience it, as a rules without understanding. And another take faith as well a tradition that feel disconnected from modern life. So what is faith? So we should also, get the true definition for faith. Because if we must identify ourselves, we should also identify our faith, where we come from, who we are, and what we want to.
Wow, we just lost our guest. I pray you'll be back very, very soon. So let me say welcome for those that are joining my CV. You are welcome. And our topic is you fit in identity in a changing world. This welcome Philip, welcome to one of our panelists, welcome sir. So, this particular topic, like I said, going to be very interesting. Like
Thank
our
you.
guest,
Thank you so much, Queen.
welcome. So, like I said, today's topic going to be very interesting because we as young people we find it difficult to know our identity as a human, Young youth is a stage wherein we question ourselves who we are, where we belong, we believe that we're from. So nowadays you see young people in society, they actually don't know where they belong, because what their faith wasn't being like told. Some people, their faith was forcefully. Our guest, are you back?
Yes, hello, can you hear me?
Welcome, sir.
Yeah, I'm so sorry I got interrupted by a call. I'm so sorry. Yeah,
Yeah,
can
you
I
can.
begin?
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
okay, so I was at the point of faith, right? Yeah, so as I was saying, so faith is not just about rituals, it is about character, it is about purpose and compassion. So when faith is lived authentically, it helps young people answer life's biggest questions, because we should be mindful of our character. So faith is what you believe in. So it should change your character. It should improve your character. It should change the narrative, your purpose, what you stand for, and your compassion. How empathic are you? So when faith is lived authentically, it will help us to answer some of these big questions like, what is my purpose in life? How should I treat others with compassion? What kind of person do I want to become? So these are questions that we should answer with our faith. Yeah, so let's see the difference, or let's see faith in a digital age. Because now in our dispensation, digital, trend has taken over. So today's youth are the first true digital generation. Yeah, where faith is no longer learned only in churches, no longer learned in malls or at homes. It is encountered online in videos, debates, and posts. So that brings opportunities and risks. So we should be mindful too about our faith. So a real life example could be, for example, when I was reading, I came across a story about a young Christian student who once shared her experience. She said she felt isolated at school for her beliefs. So through an online, interfaith like we are doing now, she connected with some friends. Some of them, which were Muslims, Jewish peers, who share similar struggles. So together they form strength in their differences and common values. So at the same time, digital spaces can distort faith, it can turn it into arguments. But according to her experience, on a conversational basis, they were able to turn up their plans and their real ideas, and they were able to have a very fruitful discussion through faith. So faith should, it should show our true identity, our true purpose, and it should also give us that compassion. Yeah, so it boosts our compassion. Yeah, so faith, diversity and respect. One of the defining realities of today's youth is diversity. So you sit in a classroom, workplaces, and communities with people of different beliefs and backgrounds. So we are experiencing it. Some of us that are in the diaspora, learning, working, or whatsoever, we encounter people of different backgrounds, people of different culture, people of different characters, and people of different behavior. So this teaching reminds us that faith is not just about fear or difference, but it should be about respect and understanding. So that is why young people today, our faith should come with a respect and understanding. So it doesn't deviate from there. So being strong in your faith does not require rejecting others. In fact, true faith grows when it is rooted in humanity, dialogue, and love. So young people today, we are challenged. So because of the time, so I will just stop here and give the platform to the other panelists so that they can come up with their contribution. So thank you very much, Queen. Thank you for the time.
I learned a lot. Actually, I didn't want you to stop, but when I think again, like we have to work in time. Yeah. So
Yeah,
thank you. Yeah, for those that are just joining, welcome to the Myers TV. Our topic is youth, faith, and identity in a changing world. So, like our guest was talking just now on faith, like I was saying before our guest could come in studio, most of our faith today, like nowadays, we see our faith sometimes has been hopefully imposed on us. Like wherein you grew up in a Christian home, because you grew up in a Christian home, sometimes they didn't teach you like for you to realize this is Jesus, okay? This is what the Bible said we should do or not to do. Sometimes we are forwarded and taught into it. And at the end of the day, trust me, that child you will just live in pretend. Yeah, many Christians so they will see sometimes we say pastor children are the problem in the pastor house because they were their faith was fully put on them. We are, asking them, questioning like having a dialogue between the parents or the pastors and their children, explaining the significance of following Jesus, what are the commandments, what are those rules as a Christian should follow. So sometimes as a youth we have to question those that we call our mentor, our parents, in terms of building our faith to get our identity, because our youthful age is a process of discovering who are we. And since this particular changing world today, our goal is not to challenge the trend or the changing world today. Our goal is to make our young people to understand who are they. They should build on our faith to the extent that can we be mute ourselves? We are not speaking. So today the world have gone. There is changing on a daily basis. Where you see the right of human, we call child right today. Child right is one of the things that is harming our culture, our faith. Because once upon a time, someone told me that if you train a child like in Liberia before carrying them in a Western country, they know their faith, they know their identity, they know where they belong, they know how to respect other person. But if that child is born into America, like every little thing you do, right? They have that right, they have to do this, they have to do that. So we have to build our faith on a principle where it cannot be broken. Our identity show of who we are tomorrow. So before going to depth, I cannot take much of our time. Let's hear from our co-host. Welcome with one of our panelists, Alfred. Thanks for joining. Let's hear from our co-host Myers. Myers, I hear from you, Mr. Pona.
Thank you so much, Queen. I listened to thank you to you, my senior brother. You just said everything right. I want to begin with this scenario, right? Um, we live in a world today that everybody find their identity through social media. Let me correct myself. Majority of our generation today found their identity through social media, which of course it is not a bad place, right? It is not a, is automatically it's not a bad place. Even most of us here we love social media. We go there and see some things. We follow people, right? But let's look at it in a critical area. There are a lot of us. They form a manner in which we were brought up. These people we say we are following on social media, those kind of training that was given to us, are we really understand that these people are also, they are part and parcel of doing that? Is that why we really are? Is that a kind of person that, people really expect us to be? Let's take for example, you see a young girl will take her phone and then say she following somebody from America or a lady from America, stealing her dress code, stealing this, looking at everything she does, right? And like I really like it's very good. We are not saying it's not good. It's good. But look at where you come from today. Is our culture has been recognized today? Are we still practicing those things that our culture says to us? Because when we're talking about identity, we're not just looking at it personally, but we look at our environment as well. Those things that we have been taught within our environment, those things that we grow up with, what our culture says we should do and what we should not do, our true identity. But none of them we find a lot of our brothers and sisters, we imitate, we take people, from the social media, we follow them, which of course is very bad. And We live in a world today that every day, the world is changing. Every day the world is changing today. So if you are not careful in identifying who you are and within that kind of time, like my brother was saying, he lists who you are, why you are being called for, and what you should do when you don't identify this thing within your elder age, while you are at your youthful age. If you don't identify these things, what happens when you get to your elder time? It becomes so late, and you know that the war is not waiting for us. Every time things are changing. Every time things are changing. And one of the things that break me down today, we say that we are the future leaders. It is true that we are the future leaders. But my question is, have we identified ourselves as future leaders? Have we really identified that thing within us? No, we have not identified. And it comes from me again. Why you think that a lot of our colleagues today have not identified these things? You remember on the past show, I stated some things. Our parents need to be consistent when it comes to that. Where we come to when you are raising your child, we talk about consistency. When I try to read this thing, because there are a lot of our parents today it happen in our setting today, most especially in Liberia. Whenever the child reaches 12th grade, they say, now you be woman, now you can take decision on your own. It is not a bad thing to allow somebody taking decision on their own, but you must continue to guide them until they can find themselves to that rightful path that you as a parents or guardians, you feel like this is where the child belongs. If you cannot continue to guide them in that footstep, and and making sure that they understand their own true identity, what happened, they will lose their path. Because mind you, we live in a society today that every time we meet up with new people, and friends influence people. There are a lot of us today, we do what we do because of friends. We do what we do because of friends. I say to people, a lot of time we see some of our brothers get to the ghettos there and ask some of our colleagues, my brother, why are you here? Tell me about your story. And the first they want to measure my classmate, the other person, this other person, this other person. There where sometimes we try to blame our parents. If you as a parent are continuously to be with that child, making sure that they identify they are important within society. Unless you identify society, you will know the kind of person you are. You will know the kind of person you are. So our world today is depending on us. This topic today is very interesting. We are the youth today. Mind you, we say from 12 to, let's say, 35, our youthful age. But in our youthful age, are we identifying those things that we are called to do? Are we practicalizing them? Not to just say yes, I'm there. Are we implementing those things that you should do? Let's take for example now. We know in our youthful age, it is not bad to socialize. Socialization is very good. Everybody, you have to socialize. But in our youthful age,
Okay, I guess it's network problem. So no, on my eyes are talking, it brought me again to the realization of like what I was saying. Um, most homes today that they fully put on faith or embedded faith into their children, we are teaching them what this faith is actually culture is actually about. So we as a parents, if we want for our child to grow up in a way that, for example, like I'm a Christian, I speak on behalf of Christians. So like I'm from Christian home, and then my mother cannot be telling me God is saying we should love one another, and I'm not seeing that love from the home. There where my doubt comes about as a young person, there where my faith have been tested, have been questions, so there where my faith have been challenging. So we as a parent, as we are the foundation of installing faith into our children, we should always live by what we preach to our children. If we are telling our children it's not good, the Bible is saying that we shouldn't drink alcohol, we shouldn't insult and people, we should live by it. But in our setting, I always speak about Liberia because with the exception of Liberia, in Africa, I haven't been to other countries before. You will see where in the home, this is a Christian home, and then they will tell a parent the Bible says we shouldn't insult, we shouldn't curse, these are things they teach at home. But mind you, once that child do something, they start to call that child all set of names. Sometimes they even call dog names. Sometimes even insult your parents, like your father this, your father that. How you expect that particular child that is coming out, that is believing in you, that is trusting in you, counting on you, like to come the way you come, because you are like role model to that child. If you are doing this thing, and after that, trust me, in devotion, if you see that particular Christian parents, they will pray till Jesus come. Like they will preach. Sometimes when like where I came from, right? Like all the people grew up with all them. Sometimes our brothers, our cousins, the way they behave, and after then they take Bible and say they're going to preach in devotion. Mind you, when I was a kid, I would just be observing. Once they are preaching things I know they just did, or things like I don't believe that. So we as a parent, like I said, we should be able to live by what we preach, what we teach our children, in order for that faith to be very, very strong. Because in my social media now, we're seeing a lot of things on the internet. People follow other people, I even knowing that they are being, influenced, or let's just say peer pressure they have been controlled by that. So once their faith is built on a Christian principle, like the Bible says in the book of Romans 12, verse 2, it says, be not conformed by the pattern of the world, which means to not copy the pattern of the world. It says, be transformed by the renewal of your mind. So once your mind is transformed, once you try to think positively, you try to read your Bible, also strengthen young person in your faith. You can be a Muslim, you can be from Christian background or any other religions. Where once you practice this thing, read about it, try to understand what is this talking about. It's not about what my parent is telling, but what I'm saying the truth in this. Sometimes if you don't understand things, you try to question your parent, you try to dialogue with them, open conversation with them, that they will be able to guide you on that particular path or trajectory. So let's hear from I will stop here. Let's hear from our panelists. Felix, let's hear from you concerning this. You are welcome.
Thank
Is
you,
it
Queen,
Minister?
and thanks
Again, the
to
whole
Mr.
thing
Gibson.
Minister.
Thank you, ma'am. I really do
Felix,
appreciate
you are
that. Maybe you
welcome.
could also. Yes, am I audible? Am I audible?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Thank you for the time. I think you can multiply that by two. I will appreciate that. Okay. Thanks to Mr. Gibson and thanks to Miles, for the input as well as your input. I mean, they are all valid points, and I mean, we just speak the same language, though. So from your last, clause you use or statement, I'm going to have my say on that. Like you make reference to God's words in Romans, where He said we need not be conformed to this, to be transformed. That is identity right there in display. So we not being conformed to a particular identity, but we have to be transformed by the renewing of our mind through faith, of what faith teaches us. Now, like we said previously in past episodes, every religion is based or was built on a particular faith. And all of those religions and all of what they practice, we know in the universe, we all share the same core values, right? We all share the same core values. And we know that our different religions and different faiths actually provide for us as, devotees. It actually provide for us a moral direction. Like we are morally directed on how to live our life. Like I said previously, we have to be consciously manner of what we do, how we go, and how we, relate with others. And our faith again provides us, accountability, where one is accounted or holds accountability in whatever he says or whatever she says, whatever he does or whatever she does. Whatever we do, we have to give an account. Remember, like the Bible says, in the last days, we're all going to face, our Savior and Lord Jesus Christ. And we will be, giving reports of what we have done, how we tend the earth, how we multiply on the earth, how we kind of, relate with other people. So accountability is one thing that, is one moral value that faith provides us. And it also gives us purpose. Whenever you are from a certain religion and you believe in this faith in your religion, you always have purpose, the reason why you live. reason why you do things. We always have purpose. And we are disciplined in all we do. Discipline in our prayers, discipline in our sacrifices to our deities or our, supreme God. Everyone has his own God, though. So we are all disciplined according to our services we offer unto them. Not showing discipline only to our gods, but showing discipline to our fellow men. Like Jesus said, the one whom we believe in say, you say you love me, you say you love the Father, but you don't love your neighbor. So you have to love your neighbor as you love yourself and you love the Father. So these are disciplines we follow. And in our different religions and the different faith we believe in, our different faith actually, teach us some values that we ought to live according to. Although we are in a fast-growing world, like Mr. Gibson said, where the world now is being built on trends, the world is being built on patterns, the world is being built on social media, the world is being built on different parameters we see these days. But these core values our faith teaches us, no matter the religion, we have to uphold them. We have to live according to them. Like honesty, we talked about seriously last week. We have to be honest. We have to be honest with what we do, what we say, how we behave. We have to show some level of integrity to the job site, at school, at the worship place, in the market area, wherever we go. Even at the mountaintop, some level of integrity has to be shown, and respect as well. Like we all have this ecosystem of mutual respect, right? Like if you talk to me this way, I'm also going to talk back to you that way. Now, if we behave in a way in which everyone is happy, we call that one respect. Simple, because I wouldn't like Maya to talk to me out of my boundary or out of my limit or out of my or parameters I've set. Likewise, he too, including Mr. Gibson and Alfred, as well as you, Queen. So in order to persist, in order to flourish in this life, in order to, we have to practicalize this thing called respect. Nobody was born with respect. Nobody was born with honesty. Nobody was born with integrity. Nobody was born with compassion or responsibility. But here is the beauty in it. The beauty in this entire faith and core value thing we talk about. It has to be practicalized. It has to be implemented. Like our past, you have to be patient while implementing these things. We were not born with these things, but Queen, we actually learn them. So as we learn, we become to do. That's one of the theory in this education thing. The teacher says, and you try to practicalize it, it go with you forever. And we make reference again to our Bible. Like it says in Ephesians to the parents, they ought to train us, they ought to discipline us, they ought to teach us in a very suitable way, that when we grow and go, two things, as we grow and we go from these things, we never depart from moral direction, we never depart from accountability, purpose, discipline, honesty, integrity, respect, compassion, responsibility. Responsibility is key in this thing, Mr. Gibson. You found that, many people do not know how to make a bed. Many people do not know how to clean up. Many people do not know how to prepare food. Many people do not know how to greet. But when we start to share responsibility in our homes amongst the children, be it our own biological, the ones we take from outside, when we start to share responsibility, the nation becomes a prosperous nation. Not only the nation only, but as you move into the diaspora, as you go into different parts of the world, what happens? People start to see that level of responsibility in you. You are the bad things and you make them to be good. You are able to see the problem, define the problem, and you find solution to the problem because you are responsibility oriented. But if my mom say, hey, you, Jamel, you are not to cook in this house, you are not to fetch water in this house, come on. What happened to me, Miles? I'm just going to go my way. I'll be like, it's good. But today, tomorrow, I go to another homes. And most of that home says that I am to fetch water in the home, in the bathroom, in the living room, the kitchen. If that rule says I should do, and my home rule says I should do, what happens to me? I'll be seen as a bad person. As we all, can relate to this thing I'm talking about. We are all in different countries from our home where we were born. But based on responsibility shared to us, we are going with things. We are making ourselves. And fast forward, because of time, right? I want us to know today, especially young people in our country, like we said, we don't know about other people, ecosystem and SYZ, but particularly our country where we have, a good number of viewers from. We want to say to you tonight, this afternoon, this morning, this evening, whatever time it is at your end, we want to you that faith is going to help you become that young person, become that adult, become that married man, that married woman, that successful businessman, that successful business owner. Faith is going to make you make informed decision. But if you lack this core value of faith, you're not going to make any informed decision. That's when you hear people start to say, this man is a fool at 40. This woman is a fool at 50. Why? Because you lack these basic, core values. And to implement them, gives you some tough time because you did not, give attention to that. And looking at the challenges we face in this life, especially our country, just I think 4 hours ago or 5 hours ago, when I returned from class, because we have a huge project ongoing, I decided to de-stress myself, to go on Facebook and see what's happening with regards to the Armed Forces day to day and what happened yesterday with the Prophet Key, story, blah, blah, blah. So I came across a post. Bias, what's the problem? So
it's okay.
It's okay. So I came across a post, Mr. Gibson. I saw a girl. Her body is kind of empty. Yes, ma'am. I'm going to wrap up in that 1 minute. Her body is empty. Yeah, her body is literally empty, and then posting on Facebook. Why? Because of the social media trends we see. Because these people, I don't want to talk down on people, but because of these people, some of their parents or guardians did not, did not speak to them, did not speak to their conscience, did not train them. So you find that, oh, my friend did this suit today. My friend got this collection from this fashion house. So I'm going to buy that same collection from this fashion house, and then I'll come on Facebook so everybody can see. Social media is a visibility platform, so everybody wants to be seen, right? But how do you want to be seen? There where the identity comes in. Mr. Gibson talked about, and Myers make reference of that. There where the identity comes in. And our identity is not, it does not mean what we wear on or what we post. That's not your identity. We actually struggle with these questions, especially our people, young people in our country. We young people in our country, we struggle to answer this question. Who we are, or who are we? What do I stand for? And where am I going? If I can answer these 3 questions, who am I? Where am I going? And what do I stand for? Then your identity becomes clear. And as your identity becomes clear, you see all these things the faith provides. We start to practicalize them because I know that I am actually an ambitious man. I know that I carry a huge, or ambition. I stand for, a particular purpose. I stand for a particular thing. You wouldn't find me on social media, having a naked body. You wouldn't find me on social media, abusing, being abusive. You wouldn't find me on social media being, putting people nudes outside there. You wouldn't find me. Why? Because Myers, I have defined who I am. I have defined who I am. If I have the opportunity to do that, I can do, I want to do. Why? Because I have clearly defined who I am in society and my impact I want to make in society. So if we can clearly define who I am, if Myers can say, yes, I am this person, you wouldn't find Myers doing, the least expected. You wouldn't find Queen doing that, which is not, good enough, right? So if our people, young people, our teenagers can clearly define who they are, and they know where they want to go in this life, the position they would like to occupy, the solution they would like to provide to people problem. If you can clearly define these three questions and answer these three questions: who I am, what do I stand for? That is your faith, that is your core value. And where am I going? If we can clearly define these three things and answer these three questions, we're going to make the world a better place. We're going to make our family proud, our nation proud. We're going to become successful in society. So thank you, Queen, for the patience. I'm going to end on this. Thank you.
Keyword. Thank you, Queen, for your patience. So, yeah, so when you were actually speaking, you gave why you gave experience or what you saw today on the internet. What I tried to my mind that our faith give all that consciousness. You know what we supposed to know or what is real or not. So if you are from Christian home and then you have been taught to not dress half naked, to not be involved into you have to marry as a lady you have to get married to a male, and bear fruit. So once your faith is built on that, I don't want to believe that if you know what is wrong from right, you will have to go on the media scene, social media trend, getting yourself, especially nowadays, you see, as soon as you open your social media, you will see the other thing they say trend, Nicki Minaj trend, all these things, we as a young people, we have to actually work on our faith. We actually we actually have to know what we stand for, where we are coming from, our cultures, our faith, our belief, and that's going to work for us. So let's hear from our panelists. Alfred, Mr. Moore, welcome, sir. Let's hear from you.
Uh, Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am. I'm sorry tonight I couldn't put my
Mr. Moore, are
camera
you
on.
there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here. Are you hearing me?
Mr. Moore, Alfred T. Moore.
We are
Yeah,
hearing you,
Mr. Moore
Alfred.
is audible. He's audible.
Oh,
At
Go ahead, my sweetheart. Go
oh,
ahead, my sweetheart.
uh, Thank you, my little brother. So, uh, like I
Back.
said,
Take that
I'm
back. Take
sorry.
that back. Queen, please tell Alfred to take that back.
there's not parliament session where it will take things back.
Okay,
Alfred,
like I said, yes, I'm sorry for tonight. I couldn't put my camera on. I'm kind of a tidy up place. I'm doing like a test for my mom back in the States. So I don't want camera to actually be on what I'm actually doing the test. That's why. But howbeit, I will give my input on this topic tonight. So, when we talking about the youth, faith, and our identity, first thing we have to look at back, we have to look at the previous generation. The previous generation identity was largely shaped by family. Probably your family you come from, it would define, okay, this person is good or this person is bad. We look at the community. If this person is coming from West Point, okay, the person is coming from Zimbabwe, we say, okay, that person from West Point, the person is very bad. When you see the person coming from Zimbabwe, okay, the person is very nice. Then we look at the culture, we look at the traditions, we look at these things, okay, at the previous generation that defines who you are, that show your identity. But now if we look at today or we look at into the world where in technology have advanced more, the culture can stabilize, you look at the social news who are shaped rapidly, you look at information that flow endlessly, you understand that identity has shaped and have become unstable. What am I trying to say? If you look at today identity, it's often shaped by algorithms, it's often shaped by social media validation, your global comparison, and digital influence. Because you want to every day you want to, okay, you want to question yourself, am I good enough, who am I? Because probably let's look at one example. You actually post today on the social media platform and then you get maybe 100 likes. Tomorrow you post, you get 2 likes. The first question, like, so many questions try to run in your mind. Am I interesting enough? Am I attractive enough? Am I successful enough? Like when my brother was speaking, my little brother was speaking, Philip, he said about a girl that posed and then I don't know how she do was everything. You see, she actually looking for a global or global attraction. She want people to know, okay, she feel like, oh, this is she, but she actually shifting her identity. So now, if we actually look at today, actually look at we the youth, our identity have been shaped from our family side wherein we should know, okay, we come from this family, so we should live this way. We come from the culture, we should live this way. We are shaped that from we being that particular person to social media, or probably we said how can I say, we say from social media, or we say from global comparison, from algorithm, or from digital influencer. We are shaped our identity. If you like, when our host was speaking, she made mention of the scripture that say in the book of Romans chapter 12 verse 2, they say, be not conformed by the things of the world, but be transformed by the renewal of our mind. We the youth nowadays, we don't take that as a consideration. We instead of we being transformed by the renewal of our mind, we are our main focus on the things of this world. What can I do to attract these things of this world? What can I do to actually grab the things of this world? Probably right now, there's someone who told me something one time, and I keep that in my head. The person said the main reason that ladies always spend 30 minutes of as a 1 hour before the dresser is because to attract men. I was like, yo, are you for real? They say, yes, I'm serious. I said, okay. So it means that all these times, so it means that they're actually trying to attract the things of this world. That's why, because that basically because we the men are focused, like probably we okay, they understand that men need good things, right? Okay, men need good things, so that's why they actually staying 3 to 4 hours before the dress or try to dress and then to attract men. Because that focus is on the things of this world. They are not being transformed. They are not renewing my mind. Let me do things. Let me live a rightful life. Let me do the good things. For now, for we the youth, our main focus is on the things of the world. We don't want our mind to be transformed. For us to live a life that will represent our family, for us to live a life that represent our culture, for us to live a life that represent our traditions, that for us to live a life that represent our community. We don't want to do it at all. We don't want to do it. Now, if we look at faith in an age of that discretion, faith today is not rejected primarily through argument. It is eroded through discretion. Young people are not always saying, I don't believe in God. They are saying, I don't have time. That's the truth. If you ask most young people today, they will never tell you, "Oh, I don't believe in God." You ask them why you don't go to church, they don't say, "I don't believe in God." If you ask them, "Oh, why you don't want to come for Bible study," say, "I don't." They want to say, "I don't believe in God," but they will always say that I don't have time. I'm not sure about the truth. I'm confused. These are things they tell you. I don't have time. I'm not sure of what is true. I'm confused. So you say because they don't actually know what they want, they are being distracted. They are being they are being distracted a lot. So you see, all these things it will make you to not actually identify who you actually are. Your mind is not being renewed. Your mind is not being well focused. You are being distracted by so many things of this world. Your focus on, okay, how can I post and get so many likes? What can I do? Probably if I try this or this is not working, I have to do this. You don't even know who you are. You don't even know who you are. Nowadays, you can look at so many, you cannot identify. Okay, sometimes you even call it, okay, I'm from this family. You say, are you sure you're from this family? Are you sure that Mr. Moore is a father? Are you sure that Mr. Gibson is a father? Are you sure that Mr. Meyer is a father? Because uh, you will see the difference between the parents and that of the children nowadays. You will see that kind of differences between the parent and that of the children. You will see a difference from the culture and that of the children. Like you- for we the youth nowadays, we don't even value what we call culture. If you ask some person, will say, "Oh, that way bad things and that thing that no one this thing, we don't have time for it." I'll be focused on regular or we are in a modern world, we are living in a digital world, in a modern world, so we don't have time for all these things. But all these things matters because they things define who you really are, where you actually hail from, where you actually coming from. All these things are defined. All these things is very important. Your tradition, your culture, your belief, and your family, where you come from, where you hail from, define who you really are. Define who you really are. That's the main point. That's the main point. But nowadays, you understand that all these things we have shifted. We don't actually value it anymore. We don't actually take that into consideration. But our main focus on what the world will say about us, what people will say about us. That's our main focus nowadays. If you ask so many youth, the main focus is what people will say about us, what the world will say about us, what are my friends going to say about me. So I want to impress them. I want to do things. I want to do things. I want to be on that teams. But it is not actually your identity. But how be it, I will stop there for tonight, and then we will actually continue later. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mo. When you were speaking, and then you did mention about women always take time to dress, to attract men. I will not be here and accept that.
I know something is coming. I can see a problem. I see a problem.
Yeah, accept that.
I'm facing that problem.
But Myers, I saw that as well. But Alfred was not being condescending though. He was just
you
speaking
know,
reality though.
with
Ekwe,
me,
you have to accept
Queen,
that.
Queen need to justify that. I think she need to. She's the only
yeah.
lady here right now. She need to justify
So,
that. Why they still on? I find out lying.
we
Yeah,
with
it's
me.
been practical.
The thing is about that. We women, we are very careful on how we go about doing things. We want to be presented or presentable out there. That's why the Bible calls us virtuous women. So let's say for Eastern men, when men come from out, like the poor bag control everything, they does not care. But if woman come from out, she tell with care
See where
places
you
of
see where Queen is going. You see where Queen is going. She's being
so
condescended now. I mean, you're kind of talking down
Queen
on
is
us.
trying to.
Yeah,
She's trying to play with our minds tonight.
yeah,
yeah,
you're kind of talking down on us. And
that,
Myers was
that's
speaking the reality.
that's a reality.
Not Myers, but Alfred though.
We are we are just careful how we go about doing things, how we do things out there. So it's not like we all, because I cannot speak for everyone, because some people, yeah, they dress like that, they take time, they want to make up, they want to do this, but it's not everyone. So I think for Eastern white boy woman that dress modestly, she does not even believe in makeup, so she take time to dress. We are very, very careful. Like I said, the Bible refers to our virtuous women, because how we carry ourselves out there, how we present
You know,
ourselves, our family, our beliefs. So like
Miss Queen, Miss
secondly,
Queen, Miss
sec-
Queen, Miss Queen. Let me tell you something. Sorry for cutting off. Okay. You
I love
see,
run and cut you up, and then they be telling you like,
no problem, no problem.
After you need to step down. This case is like two people that I know right now in Liberia. After you need to step down, Queen step down, we
Wait,
go for a neutral person. Two people
no.
now in Liberia. You have to do
Let me tell,
so yeah,
let me tell, let me tell Queen something. You see,
don't come down with our topic, okay?
let me tell
Another
Queen something.
thing,
You see, one time on social media, my brother gave his example. My little brother gave his example. Let me give mine. One time on social media, a girl posted on Facebook.
what probably I see here to never people.
She put, she put on very short stuff. She put on very short stuff, and then she posted. She said, "Oh, I'm looking for a man. I'm looking for my own married man." And then I went on a comment section. I said, "Wow." I said, "But you are very beautiful, right? I'm not disputing the fact, but I want you to understand something." I said, "We are meant to eat your cover food." She said, "Ah, what do you mean?" She entered my inbox. She started to
Hmm,
be forced. What do
very
you mean?
good.
I said, "Listen, let me tell you something. If I say real men don't eat uncover food, you will see that as an insult. But let me tell you something. If a
Hmm,
boy
I've
enter your house
heard.
right now and then you see the food is uncovered, that boy going to eat it because he don't care. But the man enter his house and then you see his food uncovered, he won't eat it. So the way you dress, it will make the man to come to you. She said, I want to say, she said, but you're the man, anyone will do it, you will still complain. I said, okay, so you dress for me? She said, but who more dress for? More dress for African woman? So you see, all this, even your friend attest to you. What about you? Couldn't stop that. The last time I asked me, told me, say, oh, you
the
can dress to
issue.
impress men.
Let us not just go into that, another topic for another day. But the issue is that I didn't dispute the fact that we should dress any kind of way. I'm just saying we women, we are very careful of most women, which are the virtuous one, those one that want to represent their family out there, right? they are very, very careful with how they carry themselves. So you won't see a woman indoor, taking 2, 3 hours to dress and say like she want to attract men. Nah, nah. So like again, like I said, another topic for another
Anti,
day.
Queen,
When
Anti
So,
Queen,
I don't know, Queen, can you
Anti
just give me 1 minute? I want to say something on that.
Myers,
Just 1 minute.
Myers, Myers, I'm going to steal that 1 minute from you, please. Anti
I
Queen, please.
hello,
Empty
I'm the
Queen, Empty Queen, please.
got
Yes,
this.
ma'am. Yes, yes, ma'am. We thank you. Please, just 1 minute, please. We thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, proceed.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, my senior brother Myers. After you're not my senior brother, so I just wanted to make that clarity. So let me proceed. Let me proceed now. So here is it, guys. With all seriousness, right? To our followers, viewers, and our respected guest in studio with us tonight. Here is Alfred's point. My senior brother, quote unquote, Alfred's point. Alfred is actually talking about, you know, external validation and internal validation. I think that's his point. You know, people come on the social media. The reason why we're saying social media because it's the words thing now is the only thing trending now in the entire world. It's where people go to be seen. Somebody can be all the way there in America and see you. So people are looking for likes. People are looking for comments. People are looking for viral posts. Now, what should I do to have a viral post? What should I do to have a lot of comments? Queen, must I, Philip Jamel Dolo, come to the public half naked? Must I, Queen, come to the public naked in order to seek external validation that, oh, come on, man, you are very handsome, Philip. Oh, Queen, I like the way you are. See how well shaped you are. I'm sorry, ma'am, but I think I'm being, very positive yet, though. Yeah.
So
So, must I?
2 minutes. So let us not travel today. So
No, no. Yeah,
as
I
a
just want to make the clarity, please. I just want to make the clarity, man.
as a program from my STV, please put that into writing. It will be topic for another day. So the topic, let's try into conversation. Are just join us.
I
We want to say
decline.
well.
I decline.
For those that are just joining us, we want to say welcome to the Myers TV. Our topic is you fit in a dignity in a changing world. So secondly, after I was speaking concerning how we youth these days, they try to adapt to the Western world, in other words, say modernization, right? I have experience on that. That's why I wanted to share. So it was a few months ago when I was in a bus coming from Punjab, not Punjab, but Jalandhar to Kana. I observed that, since I came here, I observed that even if you are older person, you are standing out in a bus, like no one cares to give you seat. Sometimes when any step on your feet, like nothing costs sorry, they just walk up. So, when I come in, I don't know. I just like when I go back like bro, if I impulse or anywhere, and oh my auntie, I even old to that extent. If you standing in that bus, I will not get you seat. You know, but thanks to the my TV that are shaping our mind, not just in our listener out there, but even us that comes here to educate, we ourselves learn from others' presentation. So
Yeah.
once they are going on, and then this thing start to come in my mind. I'm not from India. I'm from Liberia. Why would I want that? These people culture, to shape my mind. Wherein I will be very disrespectful to other person, even to say sorry. Don't want to say. Nowadays, like we as
Mm.
the international students are studying, and we observe that because all the time we are into, we don't really go out like that. These things are just like we don't want to associate, we don't want to greet people. If we go by Liberia, you hear say, the reason they get serving or the reason they boy really don't talk to people or go around people because spend more time in a Western country or in the Asian country and forget to know your tradition or the mean speaking to people. Once you see your elder or not even your elder, you're going to greet them, right? But because of these things, it's so we as a youth, we have to actually build our faith. Where even if we having to go London tomorrow or having to go any part of the world, our belief, our culture will not differentiate from what we are seeing out there. So we cannot forget our guests, since our guests. So let's just take our musical intro for 1 minute and get back to our guest, Mr. Gibson. So Mr. Myers, can we get our musical intro?
Oh, my TV, light in the world. My TV, shine on the screen. Voices of hope, living the dream. From Africa's heart to the world we see. Truth and culture. Myers TV, Myers TV, bringing light each day. Stories that guide us, show the way. One love, one voice, one destiny. Welcome to the future, Myers TV. A vision was born with a purpose so true. But when I'm Myers, we are new. With faith and courage, the journey began. Building a platform for every man. Through trials and growth, the light stayed strong. Turning every challenge into
Our topic is youth, faith, identity in a changing world. So,
We
if
hearing
you
you.
have
We are
any,
hearing you first.
are you getting me now? I'm so sorry I got distracted by call. Are you getting me now?
Yeah, yeah, you are.
Like I was saying, welcome to those that are just joining. To our Miles TV, you want to say you are welcome. So if you just joining, you can share the show. You can comment, give your own input. You can ask your questions in the comment section, and it will be identified by us. Our topic is youth, faith, identity in a changing world. So let's get to our guest. I'm not seeing our guest here.
He hasn't come in studio yet. And there is a question in the chat, in the comment section.
Yeah, once
There's a
our
I don't know
guest
if
question
I
now.
can read out.
Yes, most our guests. Yeah, we can react anyway. But I wanted our guests to answer that. So let's just wait for our guests. Um so Philip, we'll come back to you before we take our guests because we will soon be in studio with us. Yeah, so what's all these things that we have discovered about youth, about identifying themselves, about their faith. So what do you think would be the remedy to that? Because after identifying those solutions, those is everything, what is the remedy to youth of these days, identifying themselves, building a faith, their identity. What is the remedy to that? I hear from you.
So thank you. So one remedy could be when a person can actually discover their worth, what they worth. Yes, if we can. There is an echo. I'm hearing myself. I don't know. Queen, can you please mute yourself? I beg you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So one remedy, of this thing could be self-worth. If we can discover who we are, like you said smartly, Queen, in your intro, you talk about self-discovery. So when we reach to that level of discovering who we are, what we stand for, and where we belong, and to what kind of group we belong to, it actually helps us to get rid of external validation, of which I wanted to talk about earlier, before I was declined by you. So if yeah, so if we can actually start to see our worth, what actually our worth is, then one can actually handle this thing we call peer pressure. One can actually handle this thing we call trends happening nowadays. One can actually handle this thing we call criticism, what which happening today. And one can actually handle people's opinion about him or her. Queen, we go for people's opinion these days, Myers. We go for people's opinion. Mr. Gibson, we go for people's opinion. And we want to seek their praise, because as they rain their praises on us, they will be like, yes, that ego comes in, we start to do, I don't know what happened, but my shoulder just did for up, that train that came. Everybody, how Queen did that? Queen did that. I got you, man. I got you, right? Yeah, Mr. Gibson. We
I
we
did
we,
it
we
as
actually
a bath, then I didn't get that right. I did that as a
okay.
bath. Got the video bath, then that's the time I did that trend.
I like
Okay.
that. I like that. Thank you for the clarity, though. I mean, we want to seek people's, praises, Miles. Oh, Miles is like, Philip is good. Philip is good. No, I know who I am, Mr. Gibson. I know what I stand for, my purpose in life. I know where I belong and what kind of circle, what type of circle I am to operate. So once a person can discover himself or herself, then he can be able to handle this peer pressure thing, this external validation. If Queen does not rain praises on me, I haven't done anything good. If Miles did not say well of me, if Mr. Gibson did not speak well of me, I'm nobody in society. No. So my recommendation, just in few seconds, to our followers, to our listeners, to whoever going to meet this podcast, my recommendation to us today is that we have to long after internal validation. That means you accepting who you are, you appreciating what you do, Miles. You need not seek my opinion, but you appreciating what you do, what you stand for, awarding yourself. How many times we do send an email to ourselves? How many times we do send a WhatsApp message to ourselves appreciating us like we do for other people? How many times do we send a message to us appreciating ourselves for the good we do? We done. Why, Miles? Because we seek people's compliments, because we seek people's, praises. Some of my friends say to me, why you always say that you kind of handsome, see how short you are, see how this you. I say, I like me.
We the short people we are taking serious problem in the generation.
Queen knows that. Queen knows that. How those guys, actually do that thing. I'll be like, this is me. I love me. I appreciate me. I'm the most handsome man in the whole wide world. So until, Mr. Gibson, until and unless we can accept who we are, until and unless we can practicalize the values we have, the strength we have, we show out to people, we are going to fall at the prey of trends. We're going to fall at the disadvantage of social media things. We're going to fall at people false compliments to us, because what? Compliment ceases. People praises, it ceases. People will not praise you always. They say the same more that will say yes, that the same more that will say no. They see him that can push you, that they see him that can, be under you. So we are saying to you today that you should know who you are, you should know what you stand for, and you should be grounded to what you say you want to become. Do not make anyone influences your decision negatively. If anyone is to influence your decision, it is to be what? Influenced positively rather than influenced negatively. So stand with your purpose, stand with your faith and that moral value, and you're going to succeed. You're going to be prosperous in life. Thank you, Queen.
Thank you so much. To one of our panelists, Mr. Philip, having to be our program chair. Yeah, he's the reason
Thank
that
you,
we
ma'am.
always discussing a topic today. Yeah, he's a brain.
Thank God.
Yeah. So like let's get back to our guest, Mr. Gibson. I was actually, asking you questions and then I realized that you wasn't on the show.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I went off because of a connection.
Okay. So like many times, our young people, our youth of these days, in their homes, at their institutions, they begin to question their teacher, their parents about their faith. You know, why is this? Example, if I'm a Christian and then my parents telling me to follow Jesus, you know, sometimes I ask what's the significance of following Jesus? What am I standing to benefit? These are questions that young people ask their parents, their teachers, their friends. So, how do we see that? Is it a sign of weakness or a sign of strength?
Well, I think for me, I would say it's a sign of clarity. Maybe sometimes some of them want to get more clarity, or to believe more, to believe deeper. So you have to ask the necessary questions. You have to ask the hard questions. It's not just like if you ever did or critical thinking, it says you should ask the necessary questions and you ask the hard questions in order to analyze a situation and find a amicable solution. So they are asking those questions because they want more information. Maybe sometimes the information we provide is ambiguous, or maybe it's not clearly written, or it's not in alignment with the societal norms and something like that. So sometimes the children or the person wants to like get more clarity. So for me, I think it's necessary and it's good. And I just want to use maybe a few seconds to respond to some of the things that you guys said before we went
You're,
for the musical break.
you're the
You know, yeah, I was listening to Dolo, and you and Dolo, when you people made mention of Ecclesiastes chapter 12, where it talks about, renewing of the mind. And now we are talking about, young people, we are talking about identity and what have you. So, like Dolo was saying, right? So, that scripture says that we should not, be conformed to the patterns, but here we should be what? Be transformed. We should be transformed by the renewing of our mind. But now, in our society today, we are not transformed as young people. Like I said, right? We have followed the trends. We have followed the social media. That is why I was saying, one person today or one youth, we have different, we have three different characters. Like for example, that person will have different lifestyle on social media. That person will have different lifestyle at home. That person will have different lifestyle, you know, uh, in their school places or workplaces. So you see, just one person. So his or her parent will know him or her as being someone different. But when you come on social media, you see different thing of that person. So you see, so we are not allowing our mind to be transformed, but we are following a pattern. And that is why Africa came in and made a reference, even though not all the women, right? But majority of them, some of them, they you know, they just dress to follow the patterns. Some of them dress to entice men with several reasons. We know we still have virtual women in our society today, but majority of them, especially young people, they have different intent, they have different reasons why they come on social media. So that is why we are always seeing different kinds of people, different kinds of pictures. Some say, I will dress like this to get more followers, I will dress like this to get more likes and what have you. So I think we should transform our mind as a young people, because we have something we believe in, and we should try to change our attitude from those things. So thank you. I will stop right here for the time.
Yes, thank you so much. I have a question again. So, how does social media influence youth identity? in our today's world, how do social media influence youth identity in our today's world?
Okay, so it influence our identity, like our just making mention of our lifestyle, right? For example, a child grew up in a Christian family, he or she was taught the Christian way. But the moment that child started to use or started to use social media, is a whole different ball game. So what that child is going to witness or what that child is going to see on social media is going to influence his or her decision making. It's going to influence his or her characters. It's going to influence his or her behavior. So it influences us both positive and negative. But for now in our dispensation, in my mind, I think it is influencing us, more negatively than positively, because what I see on social media, they are like up to 80% not moral. They are more immoral than moral. So I think that's where the moral value comes in. So social media influences, our children, in a negative form, even though there are some positive reasons, but the negative reasons has exceeded, more than the positive reason. So that is why we as a parents, we should guide our children. We should not allow them to prematurely, jump social media, because it has a lot of influence, a lot of, negative influence. Yeah. For example, you will see a young lady on social media who wants to entice men, and that lady is on social media, and this child comes on social media and see this lady, right? It's going to influence her decision making. It's going to influence, her lifestyle. Because in the past generation, the definition for father women was, woman with respect, woman who dresses well, woman who, have respect for even her body. But now, in our dispensation, our definitions are different. Some may say, if I dress sexy way, mean I'm a fashion woman. If I dress half naked, that's how they see it. So that's their definition of being a fashion woman. But is that a real definition? No, that is not. So that is why we should be very mindful, very careful of our children. We should not allow them to prematurely, have social media handles, that will influence their characters.
Okay, thank you so much. So, Mr. Philip, you see how we have a question in the comment section. Can you please read it also our guests can be able to show light on that?
Yes, let me quickly, in a few seconds, go to the question so I can read from one of our followers. And okay, I'm already there. Yes, it's Mr. Bobby Tui. Yes, so Mr. Bobby Tui, he asked the question. He said, I want to know what actually increases faith on a daily basis. Like he wants to know what actually increases our faith on a day-to-day basis. What are some of those things we can do, to increase our faith? I don't know if he's asking a question from a religious, context or what. So,
Yeah,
Madam Queen,
just
that's it.
thanks so much, Mr. Philip. Let's hear from our guest, Mr. Gibson. What's your input on that?
Okay, so when you are asking what increases faith on a daily basis, I think in my mind depends the person and what they believe in. So it all boils down to the three questions that I spoke about in my opening sentence. Who am I? Where do I belong? And what do I believe in? So if we embody, these three questions and the answers, so in everything that we do, we will try to always identify who we are. For example, my answer to the first question, who am I, could be, I'm a Christian. Who am I? I'm a Christian. So, meaning, whatever thing I do, it should reflect my belief. And whatever thing I do in my attitude, in my actions, in everything. So, I should not be caught in a immoral behavior because I'm a Christian. That's not what Christians stand for. So if I have that as my answer, so in my daily operations or in my daily life, I should also be able to reflect it in my daily life, be it through business, attitude, whatsoever. And the next thing, where do I belong? So I belongs to, to this society. I belongs to this belief. I belong to this religion. So if my belief or if my religion teaches that I should live, a moral life, I should live a life with compassion, I should live, I should live a life with integrity, dignity. So it should also reflect in my daily life. So in whatsoever I do, it should reflect. So it will help me to, to increase my faith, because that is what I believe in. But in as much I have set everything aside and I'm no longer thinking about it, I'm going to live according to the trend. I'm going to live according to what I see on social media, what I hear. So I'm going to be very easy to be conformed with the pattern. So that is, I think, there where we are currently as a young people. Some of us, we have laid aside who we are laid aside where we belong, and now we are living according to the trends. So that is why if John Paul did this on TikTok, I should also go and open my account and do it also. To if to do that duo, right? If someone did this on a certain music and then certain way, I should also be able to
Is
do
that
that. So
TikTok
you see,
TikTok
I will have to
challenge? Is
practice
that
that
TikTok
dance.
challenge?
Yeah. So you see, because we don't know who we are,
Yeah,
we don't
that's
know where we
it.
belong. So, so we will always fall prey to that. So my brother, thank you for your question, and I hope my little answer, answer your question. Thank you very much.
So thank you so much, Mr. Gibson, for that. It was actually great. So from my own perspective, when it comes to the questions, my mind travel back to our scripture, Romans 12 verse 2, right? What the Bible says, do not be transformed by do not copy the pattern of this world, right? But be transformed by the renewal of your mind. So the question is, how can my mind be renewed? What's the renewal of the mind the Bible is talking about? The Bible is talking about, like, if you want your mind to renew, you have to listen to positive things. You have to listen to people that is working in alignment with what your identity, right? What you stand for. Example, I always mention about there's a God on the media, um Rawa Pakura, something like that. Once that God go live, you see 2K, 3K. So I've been a person that think that this is not the life I want to see in transgender. Yeah. A Christian principle taught me like a woman should marry a man, get her children or family. So that couldn't be my role model. That won't be an inspiration to me. That won't be like, should I keep listening to this man? Because man, if you don't have a strong faith, be very, very careful on the social media or in person who you listening to. Because these people, they are capable 1 second of, influencing you. They are very capable of doing that, through their drama on social media, through what they do. Sometimes we youth, we are carried away by a lot of things. So if you want for your faith, I'm speaking from the Christian principles. If you want for your faith to be strong, continue to read your Bible. The Bible says, faith comes by hearing, hearing the word of God. Continue to read your Bible. Continue to listen to a motivational speaker, those positive ones. Continue to have a mentor. As a young people, we have to get a mentor, someone that whenever we feel, I consider these people are my therapists. Yeah, for me, when I have a mentors, whenever I'm going through a lot, whenever I'm not understanding anything, even if it's outside of, let's just say, the Bible, maybe perhaps my personal life, my family, I try to relate to them. I open up to them. I trust them. I open up to them. These people guide me. Sometimes, teach me things that, and once I apply that, it works for me. So you have to continue to listen to the word of God, go around positive people, go around positive things, listen to inspirational things that will add value to your life. Listen to people, most people that teach what they practice, that teach what they do right. Most people listen to them because, man, you be very careful. Like I said on this media, a lot of motivational speakers will come, call themselves relationship therapists and other stuff. They will say something, if that's not good for a man to beat on a woman, blah 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 blah. But man, you go in this home, this is the person that is mocking our wife, you know, that is locking our wife out to not go to work for 2 3 days. They eat our airport. Yes, instead they come on the media, present themselves that they are okay. So, if you are calling someone your mentor, your role model, listen to them, observe them, know what they stand to achieve. If they are the path you are following, or if it's the path they are following, once this question are answered from you or it's placed from you, then you can walk in along with that. So on this particular question from our one of our followers, I would like to go to my co-host, Mr. Mike. What's your intake on this?
Thank you so much. So before I speak anything, I want to make something very clear to all of our people who are watching now. Whenever you get somewhere, they ask you this question: if your sister is taking H2O, why will you tell her? And you say you tell her to stop. It has been constant in our country. Let me say it. We from a health background. H2O, like water. When somebody taking water, you can tell them to stop
What
taking
kind of
water.
BS, dude?
I'm driving or something, right? Please, let's make it very clear because I don't know whether some of us will view the social media on a daily basis. It's happening, right? Somebody will say, I will tell them to stop, and another person will come and tell them to stop. I don't know whether they are doing it for content or what have you, but it's getting very serious. You see, like other countries, they restrict people on this media, on the social media thing. They restrict people what to place there and what to not place because the country image is also involved. We take this very lightly, but it's serious. So before I say what I want to say, whenever you get somewhere they ask you what is H2 when you're in there drinking H2O, what will you tell her? Say I will tell her to continue to drink H2O, maybe 2 or 3 liters every day. I will tell her like water they can be talking about. That make it very clear today, Philip.
Don't
So
get
thank you so
package
much.
in here. Don't
That's what I wanted to say, right? So I think you our guest said it, and then you also make a certain point, right? A lot of times today in our day-to-day life, right? We follow, like you said, if you open my phone and get to YouTube, the first person you will see there, either you see the late Dr. Miles Maroon, you see Apostle Joshua Silima, you will also see most of the surgical this surgeons that are follow or OT technicians. These are people who are following when you open that. You go to my Facebook page when you open it. The first thing you will see, maybe you will see the Live Nation Church. You will see I'm following people who that I feel like they're gonna make impact in my life. I was telling Philip, Philip and myself, we usually talk, right? I wanna go around people who make impact in my life and I make impact in your life, and that impact should be positively. When I see you don't offer me nothing, I don't go around you. That's the reality about it, right? We're talking about tonight. We're talking about your identity. We're talking about faith tonight, right? If you want to keep on a solid foundation that you have from from where you coming from, you must always make sure that all of our people are said here. Make sure to always be around positive people. Outside positivity, you will get into why you don't want to be in today. A lot of us today we lack of our true identity because those people we follow. Social media is not a bad thing. We don't against it, but we're just saying that you should go and follow those grateful people, those people that will make impact in your life. If you don't do it at the end of the day, you know, we take this very lightly in our time today. While you are young now, you are not practicing to identify who you are. You are not seeing the importance of your true identity yet until you get to your 50, 60. That's why a lot of our people today are suffering on the street. Let's talk about some of our old people today. Why it pushes them to people who did not identify who they are. Where are they right now? You see them, some of them are on the street. Some of the people you see on the street begging, don't feel like, oh, this person did, the person that. If you just look at the lifestyles of that person from their early beginning, try to study it and see what have happened to them. You try to understand a lot of them, they lacked their true identity. They were following behind. Most of them used to say, well, Lango or Lango. You stop planning your life for your future. You are doing different things, and at the end of the day now you are in your future. That's the time you want to plan. It's late because now what happens, we say the world is changing on a daily basis. On a daily basis the world is changing, right? Every day the world, we are getting new things. We are getting new vibes. We say new vibe every day. You see a new thing, right? So don't think that you that person the old minds you used to have before when you get to okay, what we used to see before in 2025, you think when in this 2026 that all the things that we'll be seeing? No, there are new things coming. There are new things are coming. So while you are in your 2025, they say you must get prepared to engage 2026. We got 2026 coming with your own thing. So in order for you, your we talk about your daily life. We say go around people, and Queen gave a very certain point again. Another thing she talks about mentorship. There are a lot of us today, we don't want to go around people, that will help us to identify who we are. Sometimes we take this very like the Queen, and then that was the rise of people here tonight, right? We always want who am I, it just has to do with positivity. No. Also try to identify those negative things within your life, and what are those remedies that that can help me to get rid of those things. Right? It's not just about the positivity thing. When we talk about identity, most of the people just feel is no. What are those things that is lacking for you? What are those some of these things that you feel like that is not that's something that not need to be part of your life? Is something that you need to be taken away of. What are those things? And what are those methods that you think you can use to get rid of them? If you cannot recognize these things at the end of the day, it's going to be a serious problem for you at your elderly age. And now we have, like I said to a lot of our colleagues, now we have the time to do other things. We have time in our favor now to do other things, to learn. Don't forget, our sister was saying, and then none of our brother, in your youthful age, use it to learn. Because what you will learn right now at your youthful age will help you tomorrow when you shall have get to your elderly age. If you cannot learn right now, and you say you want to be old before you learn, that's why some people can say, oh, people mocking them. Oh, education is not about age. Yeah, education is not about age, but let's take it for the reality now. Education is not about age. Let's take for the reality. You are in your early 20s, 30s. You did not really build yourself academically. You did not really build yourself socially, emotionally. You did not really build yourself. Now you get to 50, 60, at the time you don't build yourself, people will mock at you. People will mock at you. So while you are young, make sure you position your life. You put yourself together. Do all those things that will help you. Go around people that will help you when you are in error, will tell you the truth. Me, I love to be around friends who, when you see the wrong thing, you tell me, hey, yeah, any friends that are around you that you see the wrong thing, you want to be like. That's why I tell people being around me, don't be afraid. My fear shouldn't make you afraid. Say why you feel like, if I'm in error, tell me I'm in error. I always like you always learn from those errors. These are things that strengthen our faith, right? When you know those errors that you are in and people are telling you it, what happened? It strengthens your faith and make you very strong, and it put you to a position where you're able to face other challenges. So I would like to wrap up, my brother. Your question is on a daily basis, right? Go around people that will make those positive impact in your life. Do those things that is positively to you, that will help you and help your family at large. Put yourself in that position, like I was reading the line between integrity and honesty, right? Always try to be honest to yourself. Try to be honest to yourself first. That I think I'm not doing this thing right. I think I'm doing this thing wrong. Try to be honest to yourself first. Then before you can be honest to other people, first point your finger at yourself, justify your own self. And then other people will be able to say, yeah, this person is what they stand for. So I would like to stop here for now, and then maybe when we go on, we will say some things. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's the voice of our co-host that happened to be the brain behind the Matters TV. Thanks so much for your point. It was all okay. So let's hear from one of our panelists, Mr. Philip. 3 minutes, sir.
Thank you, man.
Imagine.
Yes.
So,
Okay, man. It's okay. It's okay. Myers, I see you behind this thing. I see you behind this thing.
Philip, please, I'm not
It's
into it. I'm
okay.
not.
You are. You are. Mr. Gibson, you see how these two people are hitting me, right? It's okay. We still have
Yeah.
we still have in February. We still have 2 weeks in February. So enjoy. That's good. I like that though. To our followers, Mr. Myers and Mr. Gibson, they've said it all to the question. And it's very important. This question is very important question, like what can we do to increase our faith on a day-to-day basis? I'm not going to go back on what Mr. Myers and Mr. Gibson have said, because they have said a lot. I'm just going to speak on one thing, which is reflection. I'm going to speak on reflection. Queen, many of us, if you look at the youth population now, about 90%, I want to be correct, 90% do not practice the art of reflection. We do not reflect on our day-to-day activities. We do not reflect. Like, we just get ourselves going, Miles. We wake up in the morning, we say our prayers. Sometimes we don't. We go to school, we go to work, we go to the marketplace, wherever our hustle ground is, Mr. Gibson, we just go and do our do. Then we find food, we eat, we on the phone, we talk to people, we get updated, blah, blah, blah. Then midnight time, no reflection, we just sleep off. In the morning, we wake up again, same thing. There is no room for reflection. Reflection is very good. In order for our faith to grow on a day-to-day basis, we have to be reflective of our actions. We have to be reflective of our actions. We have to take a look back. There should be a reflection, yes, of what I did today. How did I do what I do? And what was the result I got from that which was done by me? How did I interact with Mr. Gibson? How did I interact with that, stranger? How did I help this person? How was my, supportive to that person? How did I say this to that person? How did I say that? How come I said what I said? How come I did what I did? If we are reflective enough, Queen, we are going to grow 1% every day. We are going to grow by 1% every day. Let me speak the mathematical people term. We are going to grow by 1% every day. Every day of our lives, we're going to grow. Because if I talk to Queen in a way that is not decent enough, as a man to a woman, or as a man to a man, if I know that I communicate with you in a very unsuitable way, uncomfortable way, I come to bed or I come to my home or wherever I find myself, I now become to, take a look back. Simply, you kind of looking back on where you come from, on what you did to where you are now. Then I'll be like, okay. I think because of this, that's why I did what I did, Mr. Gibson. I think because of this person action, that's why I reacted the way I reacted. So, okay, tomorrow comes. If I am to meet any situation, if I am to meet any circumstance of that nature, I'll be like, okay, I met this yesterday and this is what I did. So now I'm going to use this path. You see that? That's what reflection does. If you are not able to keep that in your head, you can take your journal. Take your journal and write that which you capture. Like, okay, I did this today. I did not succeed in that. It was not aligned to my faith. It was not aligned to my core value because somebody pushed me. Somebody got me out of character. Myers, do not forget, people actually get us, out of our character. People make us to go out of character. You understand? The way we are to correlate, coexist with people push us beyond that limit. So you kind of go out of character. You kind of behave out of character. You be like, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. If you cannot record that in your head, easily, you can take a pen and paper and try to write that down. Let me be practical enough. If you're not a very good writer, you don't know how to spell off the words, you can do a voice recording. That's why you have a smartphone. You do a voice recording. Okay, I cannot record that in my head. I cannot write that on a paper because I can't spell all of the words, Myers, but let me do this voice note. That's why I mentioned earlier, how many of us can send ourselves email? How many of us can send ourselves WhatsApp, SYZ though? You take your phone, open your recording, you be like, okay, Philip J. Dodo did this today, and because of this, that's what he did, and it was actually out of his core values, it was actually out of his faith. So what can he do? Now, reference comes in. As you do your reflection, don't forget now, reference come in. You now become to refer. You go back to that thing which tells you that, oh, whenever this situation arises, you have to do this, you have to do that. So like we, the Christian now, our God said that we are not to steal. Now I went to the campus in the canteen. I saw somebody left their iPhone, 17 Pro Max. There's no camera around. And I'll be like, oh, I catch it. Oh, I get it. I go away with that telephone, And then the next time I saw that very same people or that very same person who owns the telephone is kind of crying, blah, 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 blah. But I have sold the telephone. I cannot return the telephone. Let alone I talk about me telling them I'm the one who took the phone. I can't do that because I sold the telephone. Then next week or 1 month after, I now saw another Samsung, Ultra. I saw a Samsung Ultra 24 or XYZ. Now, if I'm the person who actually reflects, who actually do reflection on a day-to-day basis, I will be like, I will catch myself. Oh, yes. Somebody, forgot their phone in the canteen and I took the phone, I sold the phone, blah, blah, blah. And the person came back, the person cried bitterly, and the person was affected emotionally. The person was drained. Then I now see this phone. If I reflected on that, my action, which was bad, I would now say, no, I won't take this telephone. Instead, I would take the telephone and give it to the canteen owners or take it to any security person there around or anyone, in authority around and just give to the person, or I will carry the phone home and bring the phone the next day when people are available in that canteen. So this is where, Queen, as I end, this is where people actually die in their faith because they don't reflect on what the pastor says, what the pastor preach on. We just in the church, amen, Mr. Miles, amen, Pastor Miles, amen, preach on. We just say amen to that. Praise the Lord. You are talking to me. But guess what, Miles? Monday, they forget. Tuesday, forget. Wednesday, Thursday, fast forward. Saturday, they forget. Sunday, they go back again. Amen, amen. But what did the pastor preach on that you know? Did you refer back to the scripture reference he preached on? Did you reflect on the topic he preached on? When he talked about giving, how can you give? So we actually feel in this thing. So if we can come to a place, Queen, if we, I'm not saying others, but all of us, if we can come to a place of reflection, if we can come to that place of reflection, I know definitely that we're going to build our faith. Yes, we're going to increase our faith on a day-to-day basis because what reflection does, it tells you your wrongdoing and it also tells you and make recommendation on what to do next. So like my, response to the person in the comment section, when I respond to that question, like I was like, we have to pray, Queen. We have to pray on a day-to-day basis because in your communication with God or whatever.
You have taken
yes,
7 minutes.
Okay, ma'am, just a few seconds, ma'am. I'm sorry. So if to that communication with God, right? Like you kind of pray is a submission. What happens is that you kind of, submit yourself and you be like, okay, this is a supreme God, and this supreme God says that we should do this, we should do that, and not do this, not do that. That's why prayer is important because we communicate with Him, and we experience something different in the atmosphere, in our body. Then we have to read, like I said, we have to read. We have to refer to what the Scripture is saying, what the Quran is saying, what the Buddhism book is saying, what the Hinduism book is saying. I don't know the city or whatever. We have to refer to those religious books. We have to refer to those, building good habits book. People have written books on building good habits. People have written books. We have to refer to those literature and learn from them and see how best we can, build our faith. And we have to actually behave in a way that people will not cry from the way we act. And we have to show gratitude always to everyone. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Mr. Philip. So let's go into our break, and then when we come back, we'll call it a day or take our parting statement.
Yeah, parting statement will be okay.
Voices of hope, living the dream.
Okay, thank you so much. So let's give to our co-host Miles as a parting statement for tonight. 1 minute, sir. 1 minute.
Let me say thank you, Queen. Thanks to our guest, Mr. Lee T. Gibson. Thank you for always joining all our guests on this platform. Thanks to you, Philip. Uh, that's what we are here for in our own weak way, those things that we know that we have read and understand to bring forth that we all can share or add here to help our generation. Today, we live in a generation where a lot of us are lacking our true identity and we don't know where to go. Our faith has been judged. We question ourselves sometimes. But we have come this evening or this morning, wherever part of the world you are, we are here to say if you just cannot fight it on your own, get to other people. They will help you because that particular thing you are called to do or you are being made for, there are other people who are also called to do that same thing. So sometimes when you cannot fight it on your own, you cannot understand your own. There are other people who read you and they know directly who you are from the way when you appear script, people know, oh, I know the way you speak, the way you do things in the environment, people know strictly the kind of area you should be, and they will help you to to move forward. Sometimes when situation arises, let's if we are not able to handle it on our own, we say the first person. Today we talk about religious thing today, and we say you can also do it by praying. A lot of times you have our host and then all of our guests. We measure some scriptures here tonight. You can pray because God is above all. There are some things sometimes we fight in our own understanding, in our own way, but we cannot get, get from in it. So all we need to do is to pray firstly, and I say my word to you. If you are unable to identify your true self, reach to other people, ask people, and they will help you to be that kind of person you are. Thank you. I know Queen want to call me on. Thank you, and I wish everyone a better, day. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank God you already read my mind and you know what exactly I want to do. So let's hear from Philip. For your parting statement, it's 12:22 from my end, and I guess from your end. India have one time from.
I'm in Kokata. I'm in Kokata.
By 12:24, I'll cut you off.
Okay.
You're right.
Thank you, ma'am. I like the way you moderated, the show tonight. You came back with your smile. That sickness do you well. It did you justice, Miles. It did Queen justice. Yeah. You came back with the energy, the intelligence. I mean, you came back fully professional. I like that. Thank you, ma'am. And we would like to see more of this energy on coming episodes. And I think you've been a blessing to our followers and to even us on the platform in studio. Thank you, man. And fast forward to our followers, to our viewers, our friends, our family, our loved ones. We would like to say to you that be not conformed to the patterns of this world, to the trends you see. That means don't get into it. It's not for you. It's not for you. When you get to know a thing is not for you or you do not belong to a particular cycle or to a particular group, is when you can clearly define, that Mr. Gibson said, is when you can clearly define who you are, what you stand for, and where you belong. Please answer these three questions: who I am, what I stand for, and where I belong in this life. Please, when you clearly answer these questions, then this thing we call trends, the negative ones, you won't go for them. You won't be conformed. You won't fall at prey. But you have to be transformed. How can we be transformed? It's not by changing clothes. It's not by changing perfume. It's not by changing telephones. It's not by changing our locations. It's not by the face powder or the makeup, or it's not by the haircut we men do. It's not about that. It's about the mind. What we take in the mind. Like Maya said, people he follow, are people who influence the word positively. Yes, we also come across bad content. But if you know who you are, those bad contents will not affect you. For me, I like to see the phrase. Oh, Myers, I like to see phrase. I like to follow the trends. But guess what? Those things do not change me. I'm not conformed by those things. I only see them to see the mistakes people make and we try to correct them. I'm one person. I might not lie on this platform. I'm one person. When I see a lady or a girl, revealed everything about herself, that is her body, I go in your inbox, Maya. I go in your inbox. Yes, I did that. I screenshotted on my phone. I went to the girl. Not only her, but also, other girls and other women I see do that. I go in their inbox and tell them this is not right. You have to be a classy woman. You have to be a virtuous woman, a queen, backing for you all. So please, guys, do not join the trend. Yeah, do not join the bad trends. Don't join on the bandwagon. Please be good person. Be of good nature. Be of good character. Be a person of responsibility. Be a person of accountability. Be a person of gratitude. Be a person of integrity. I mean, practicalize those good things. They will not happen overnight, but you have to practicalize them day by day by day. And at the end, people start to pay respect to you. People see you as good person in the society. God bless you till we meet again on Friday and Saturday. Thank you, Queen.
Welcome. So thanks so much. So to our panelist Philip. So to our guest, coming back to our guest, Mr. Gibson, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure. So is there anything that you wanted to say? Perhaps you prepare your your presentation and you wanted to throw light on it, or perhaps when you were speaking or other presenter was speaking and something traveled to your mind you wanted to say but the time wasn't given you. If you want to elaborate on that, you are welcome, sir. Or better still, your
Okay.
partner.
Yeah, I have so many things to say, but I will keep this for Friday. So I'm encouraging our listening audience to join the show on Friday. We're coming back with another edition. So I would just like to end here because I think we have exhausted our time. So let me just give my parting statement, and then maybe we can call it a day. How about that?
Yes, sure, that was my second option.
Oh, okay. So, like my brother was saying, right? So for me, my parting statement tonight would be let us be careful of what we heard, what we read, and what we watch. Because these three things have, impact in our life. What you hear, it either influence you positively or negatively. And what we see, it either influence us positively or negatively. What we watch, like some of us, we saw, King David, he fell prey because of what he saw. When he saw his subordinate wife, and then it influenced his decision. It influenced his desire. So at the end of the day, he fell prey to that. So we should be mindful what we see. Sometimes when you are on live, you not live, but if you see a moral, is against your faith, your belief, kindness call that video and pass by. You are not forced to watch that video because the time you will spend watching that video it might influence you because maybe you have seen something that will attract you, and then afterward you start to go after that. More especially for the men, we always, sometimes we what we see, like the females, and their dress code, their how where they dress, and just something like that. And at the end of the day, we resolve going after them, searching for sexy ladies. You see see a very beautiful girl online, and then afterward you start to send her friend request and what because we watch a video. So we should be mindful of what we see to what we hear. Sometimes if your friends are telling you something wrong or something bad, please try to play your deaf ear to that. If you are in a conversation and that conversation is not good enough, against your moral standard, against your faith, you can avoid that also. So that is my take for tonight. And thanks to all of the panelists. Thanks to Queen. Thanks to the listening audience. And we will be back on Friday with another edition. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
sir.
much. So thank
We
you so much.
appreciate
So
you.
one thing I want to correct here before I come to my parting statement, it's not because I'm not mistress here. You cannot put Miss Queen to my name. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I
Queen,
don't
Miss
know why.
Queen.
Okay, sorry, Miss Queen.
Miss
Sorry,
Queen.
Miss
So
Queen.
my
Miss
no from
Queen.
on Friday.
Miss Queen.
So if you
Take all
join us
the
on Friday,
business
please
speak.
put Miss Queen there so we can call you Miss Queen, okay?
Yeah.
On Friday, please set Miss
Yes,
Queen.
yes. That's
Yeah.
good.
So I'm sorry for calling you Queen just like that.
Okay, so
Miss
thanks
Miss,
so
thank
much.
you,
Queen.
Miss Queen.
Thank you,
Okay,
ma'am.
you won't make it too much. Anything not too much, they respect. It's okay. So,
The one I
yeah.
thought they called Momo. Momo could have understood Terry management.
So the truth is about it that I actually enjoy being here tonight. I wish we have more time. We just spend our own unfortunate day here. But unfortunately, we are here next day. This is not unfortunate day anymore. From our end, I guess
Yeah,
channel
yeah,
to
This is Valentine's Day.
well, won't be
We
Valentine's Day.
got
yes,
it.
it is.
Nah.
Today is not a
Now,
14 day.
Valentine's
I
Today
mean,
is
my man,
October
you don't
Oh,
know
15th.
fella, you
Valentine's Day, oh, brother.
The way
get,
to Valentine's
fella,
escape,
you
and
get
I want to
foul.
go. I want to.
It's
no,
3
Fella, you
Where
get
a.m.
you
no,
foul.
are
no,
escape.
Mr. Gezi, somebody fool me. Somebody go show me Valentine ring.
Fella, you
Oh,
get
okay,
foul.
okay.
Fella, you get foul.
The way I
Hey,
pray for that day, just escape very 14. The way I pray for that, just escape quick.
Ah,
Escape for
no. Nobody suffocating anybody on the video here.
fella, you get foul. Fella, you get foul. I
No,
plead
I
with
get
that.
foul
Yeah, yeah.
too. No, Mr. Casey, I get foul. I get foul. Ah, I just want to
You
the
have
just
fun,
message
bro.
feel.
where
You
to
have,
fulfill.
you
Why you
have.
have
Fella,
fear for that
fella,
vibe
you are
like
leaving me in a struggle. Fella, you are leaving me in a struggle.
No, better we we together, man.
they make it just wait for fair for the interview on feel like he has spend his time and resources on. But
Yeah,
anyway, it's okay.
nurturing.
Anyway, it's okay.
Wow.
Oh, God.
Like I
Sorry.
Yeah,
said, I
it's good.
like I said, I enjoyed being here tonight. Thanks to let me start to appreciate our guest, Mr. Gibson. Actually, your education was actually necessary for us tonight, and I guess all of us enjoy because I really really enjoy your teaching. It was practical, very explicit, to the simple fun that even our great grandparents can understand that. Thanks so much for accepting our invite, and we will look forward to seeing you here more and more. Even if you get PhD, I know the Mars TV platform will not be big for you again or small for you. Even if you get PhD.
No, we cannot
Yeah,
forget about our beginning, okay? So we will always be here.
of yeah. So it was a privilege as seeing here, being in the front of you. Thanks so much, and thanks to our panelists, Miles, my co-host. Thanks so much for assisting me. You actually did your best. Thanks to our program chair, which is having to be one of our panelists, Mr. Philip Dolo. Thanks so much, and thanks to our audience. Without you guys, we won't be here today. We cannot come and speak to ourselves. Thanks so much for following, and for those that will follow, thanks so much. You can share the Maria's platform, the Maria TV platform, invite somebody to tell somebody. Over here we bring a lot of educated things. We volunteer our time based on what I want to say, even at the time, because now it's almost 12:40 here, but volunteer to come. I guess in China is so late. Yeah, we volunteer our time to be here with as a student, for to come here every time every Friday. So for those of you that don't know our show time, we meet here Friday from in India's time from 10:30. In Liberia is 5. So from 10:30 to 12 we meet here Friday. Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, that's our show time. So thanks, and this how we draw down care things. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Bye. Thank you, Mr. Gibson. Thank you, Mas.
Thanks, everyone.
Yes.
Thanks.
Let me go enjoy my Valentine's Day tomorrow.
Oh, my